I'm Dr. Leslie Tay. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to make yakiniku at home. Of course, you can easily get a yakiniku meal today, but if you want to have a really good experience and you want to experience really good Japanese Wagyu like this A5 beef or this A4 beef, then the cheapest way to do it is actually to buy it yourself and make it yourself. All you need is a stove, a few vegetables, a few sauces and dips. You can have yourself a really nice meal. So, big question. Where can I buy beef of this quality at a good price? There's this company called Nikuichi that used to sell all these Wagyu to the restaurants, but now they're opening up to the consumers online. These are special sets that I got them to do for me because I like yakiniku and I want to be able to get these quality beef at a good price. So this one is going for $60. It's 400 grams of A4 beef. This one is going for $120 and this is 450 grams of A5 beef. The first thing about yakiniku is you need to have something like this at home. Anything will do actually. You can even just have a portable stove and you put a pan on it and then you can grill the meat slowly one at a time, and it's one of those things that I really enjoy. Later you will see how much I enjoy it. So we got 4 different kinds of beef here. These are all A4 grade. We have this one is karubi. Karubi is short rib. And then we've got some of this, which is kainomi, which is from the abdominal muscles here. We've got skirt, which is called harami. And then we've also got sasami, which is the flank. So these are what we call sort of secondary cuts. They are not the prime cuts. The prime cuts will be something like strip loin steak. This you all will recognize. This is very common and very easily recognizable. Again, we have some kainomi, and this is misuji. This is also very beautiful. So it's an exquisite set. So the next question is, do we start with the fatty beef first or the lean beef first? What do you think? Those of you who say fatty, yes, you're right. Why start with the fatty? Because the fatty beef is going to fill you up very fast. So if you are the type who likes to leave the best for last, right, you will find that by the time you get through all the lean beef, you may not have space for your fattier beef. So start with the fat one and then go to the lean one. But it's up to you lah. It's all there, so whatever you like. Okay, it's very fast. This will cook really fast. There you go. It's done. And for the fattier cuts, I usually like to take it just with salt and pepper because you don't want to. It's already very juicy. You don't want to mask the real flavor of the beef. Then pick up a little bit of rice like that. sorry, I'm just enjoying it. But karubi is one of my favorite cuts because it is really fatty, and when you bite into it, it's a good chew, but when you chew on it, the juices really come off. So let's try some of this. This is the skirt. This is called the harami skirt steak. This is another sprinkle that I like to use. This is a yuzu salt. So a bit of yuzu gives it a nice zing, a brightness to the flavor of the meat. You don't want to overcook the meat. That's the main thing. The key is just get the fats enough to melt, get a nice sear on the outside like that. Look at that sear. That's a beautiful sear. So once you're done, you can put all the meat right onto a plate. Get some lettuce. Put a bit of rice in the lettuce. Then you can put on any sauce. You know, you like those Korean sauces. You can get any sauce you want. Put it together like this, and you eat it like a. So harami is actually the outside skirt. Outside skirt means it's the diaphragm muscle, which means it's very near to all the organs of the cow. That's why the beef has got a very strong flavor, right? So some people like the strong flavor. If you don't like the strong flavor, you can put a bit more sauce on it, and that will help to mask the flavor. So next, we're gonna try some kainomi. The kainomi comes from the plate of the beef, which is around this area. It is equivalent to the sirloin flap. So it's a flap meat, which means there is a muscle that is from the abdomen of the animal. So this is actually a very prized part as a yakiniku cut. It's got a nice balance of marbling, lean and fat, and it's going to be delicious when you cook it. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry if it's a little bit too technical for you lah, but you know, I'm a doctor, so I think in terms of anatomy when I eat my beef. I like to know which part of the cow it comes from, which muscle. So for those of you who are a bit more nerdy, right, when it comes to beef, I think you'll appreciate it. For the rest, just buy the set and enjoy. Okay, you just sprinkle some salt, pepper on it, like that. You see, it develops a nice sear. Look at a nice sear already. Okay, sometimes you can dip it into the sauce, put it onto your rice. Just pick up a little bit of rice like that. Look at that. Ooh. Beautiful, look at that. Oh, kainomi is good. It's very juicy and it's very tender. Okay, this is the flank. Sasami. This part of the meat comes from this part of the cow, the rectus abdominis. You know where the six-pack is, but cows don't have six-packs because cows don't need to bend down. Only humans and animals that need to bend down like this have those six-packs. Okay, so in the cow, the whole of the rectus abdominis is one big muscle, quite a long muscle. Truffles go beautifully with beef. So I got a bit of a truffle paste here. You can buy from the Italian stores, right? It comes in a jar. This is got that nice truffle flavor. Okay, sometimes you can even just dip into your sauce and then alright, and it develops a nice caramelization on top. So flank, you can actually cook it a little bit longer. It doesn't have to be eaten too rare. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my rice. Beautiful. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of this truffle paste onto the beef. I do a lot of recipe videos. This is one of my favorites. Another one of my favorite cuts. I got a lot of favorite cuts, right? But this one, look at this. This is called the misuji. It's very easily recognizable because you can see there's one line going down. It looks like a leaf. Okay, so once you look at this, you know definitely there's only one piece of meat that looks like this in the entire cow. That's misuji. This comes from the oyster blade. For those of you who like flat iron steaks, flat iron basically is when this is divided into two because there's a very chewy, sinewy membrane in the middle and that gets cut off. But when you cut it so thin in yakiniku, you can actually eat it with no problem. So this is misuji. You don't want to overcook it, this one. You gotta go real fast. I'm just gonna have some salt, pepper over it, done. Okay, so this side is cooked about 80%. The other side is only cooked about 20%. So you don't want to overcook this piece of beef because this really is gonna melt in your mouth, right? This is going to so melt in your mouth. I always like to eat it with a bit of rice because the rice helps to absorb all that oil and the fat, right? So when you bite into your beef together with the rice absorbs that fat and it gives it that sweetness at the end when you chew. The texture is so bouncy, you can't really chew on the fibers at all. It's almost like eating a very juicy fish ball, you know, that kind of very bouncy texture. It's a very special piece of meat, misugi. Okay, finally, we have some steak. What we want to do now is to prepare this beautiful piece of strip loin, or the Japanese call it sirloin. So unlike all the other slices of beef, where it's basically sliced very thin, sirloin is actually served as a steak. So the texture and the feel when you eat this beef is going to be quite different. You want to get the pan really nice and hot. I put the pepper and salt on both sides already. Okay, again, the key is not to overcook the beef because this beef is already very tender. What you want to do is to just get a nice sear on the outside. Look at that beautiful sear. Okay, so this is going to take you maybe a minute on both sides. You can see from the side there how it's cooking. You can even cook the ends there if you like. As you can see, it's still beautifully rare on the inside. See? It's still very nice and rare on the inside. When you bite into it, all that juice is just going to burst into your mouth. It's just one of my favorite things to eat in the whole world. So I hope you enjoyed my little video on how to have yakiniku at home. Remember, all this beef are available from Nikuichi, and you can get the website and all the details here. And just for you guys, the first 50 customers will get this set at $50 and this set at $100. Very special, so get to it. Click on the link and go buy yourself some really nice beef and enjoy yakiniku.